Hey guys, JT Trousdale here with Jaggers. We're doing a good faith repair video for claim number 077-238-4483. Today's date's 10/18, it's 53 degrees outside. We always want to talk about the temperature because if it's too cold or too hot, you don't want to be on the roof doing a repair. We got to stay within the manufacturer's limitations, so we want to make sure we're doing this the right way. Now, we've got a wind damage shingle here. You can see the crease on it. It was marked by the adjuster. We've got the corners marked off so I know which one I'm repairing. We've got our marks where the nail should be. In this area, it's pretty common to either see a 4 or a 6 pattern nail. Both of them are correct. The 6 pattern is not required by the manufacturer on this pitch, but it's just some of the roofers in the area that are going above and beyond, making sure the shingles are secure. So we'll be looking for both of those. Now, to get this shingle out, I've got to get the nails out of the shingle, which will be underneath this shingle. But then the nails that's in this shingle are catching the top of this one, so I will have to lift this row as well. So what I'm going to be looking for is delamination of tabs potentially, the matting being too brittle and tearing when we're trying to get these broke loose. But the biggest one is creasing for when we're lifting these shingles up to try to get the nails out. If we're damaging shingles in the process of repairing one, that is not a suitable repair. It's improper because again, you can't repair one shingle and then damage 3 or 4. So we want to make sure we're looking for that as well. Now, with that being said, this is my favorite tool ever because it's the only one that makes sense on the market. Whenever we are trying to get underneath these shingles, when you set that bar flat, you're at about a 25-degree angle here. That makes sure if we have to get underneath to get the nails out, we're not lifting that shingle beyond that 45-degree angle. We want to make sure we're being as gentle as possible, that we are not creating damage, that the shingles are being damaged because they're brittle, that we're not doing anything too excessive or too aggressive. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get started really quick before we do. Taylor, if you don't care, come over here. I want you to get a square on shot. Again, the shingle that we're repairing, and then you can see the 2 rows above it. You do not see crease marks going across the tops of these on either row. So when we get done, we'll bring that camera back around at this angle as well, and then we'll see if we have creasing along the tops, along with our delamination and mat transfer and things like that. So, now to talk about mat transfer before I get started, you have an adhesive line, or tar strip as us roofers call it, on the top of the shingle. The shingle above it sticks down to that. If when you're trying to break that loose, the shingle above it rips that tar loose and it's stuck to the bottom of that shingle, the shingle will never seat back down correctly. But you can also get right reverse. You can have to where that tar line rips matting from the shingle above it. And again, now that tar strip has matting stuck to the top of it, the shingle's never going to seal back down correctly. Again, that is damage, that's improper. So as you guys know, all you roofers, we understand to know that, adjusters. The reason again for that is because it's not going to adhere back down appropriately. There's no way to repair that to a pre-loss condition. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Now, on shingles, especially architectural, whenever we're getting underneath here, you always want to make sure that you're starting to get underneath the shingle by staying on top of an architectural tab. On architectural, you have a bottom mat and a top mat. The bottom mat and the top mat are laminated together. That's why they're called laminated shingles. If you start on the bottom mat, you will end up separating those 2 layers instead of actually prying apart the adhesive line for the shingle above it. So good little tip for those of you roofers that like to watch these to learn how to do these appropriately. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. I like to use a side to side. So when I do side to side, it kind of like cuts through it, right? A lot of people try to jerry ram it. You don't want to do that because if you punch through and it comes up, you end up puncturing through the shingle. We want to be as easy as possible, understanding that we're doing that for the video. A normal repair process, roofers can't afford to spend this much time trying to repair one shingle because insurance only pays $14 per shingle to do so. Got that one loose. We'll start the next one above it. Here we go. Now hold my hand here because sometimes it'll give, and when it does, I don't want my bar shooting across and tearing the shingle. So keep my hand here, kind of Gives me a little extra security. All right, now we'll get the next row above it. Even with just that, this little corner started to tear. You can see it cornered up. It's trying to get underneath it. You can see where it bent, broke up. You see it broke on that side. So again, something to keep eyes out for. Okay, so we're ready to get rolling with our nail removal. So we're going to get started on that. Golly. Man, these things are stiff as a board. Good Lord. Oh yeah. Hand me your phone real quick, Dave. All right, guys. So you see that right here on top of all that? That is mat transfer. And then of course you can see the adhesive missing in between. That's where it's ripped loose and stuck to the bottom of the shingle. Now this is the shingle that we're repairing, but the issue being is whenever I put the new shingle back down, it is not going to adhere to that tar line. So already out the gate, we could truthfully stop the video here because the new shingle is not going to seal back down correctly. But we're going to continue through because we want to give you all the information you need to make the appropriate decision. Guys, just trying to lift this up, like just touch it with my fingers, like it's, you can already see it starting to tear. Like, I mean, that was literally just trying to get under the shingle, lift it up. It's already tearing on the edges. This is textbook non-repairable. This roof is entirely too brittle. Now you'll notice when I'm getting my nails out, I'll get seated good under the nail, nice firm pressure going down. You'll feel that nail turn loose from the decking, and then I'll come out and kind of pat the shingle to expose the nail head, pull it the rest of the way out. You see a lot of guys are just aggressive trying to jackhammer that thing out there, and if it slips off that nail head, this will end up puncturing through the matting. We don't want to do that, so we're being extra careful. All of our nails are in their appropriate location. So whoever done this install before, good job, good install. Was 6 nails in it. So again, we see that a lot in this area. It is not a manufacturer requirement, but the manufacturer does a lot for both a 4 and a 6 nail pattern. Just traditionally speaking, you don't need it unless it's a super steep grade. Now we're going to move up to the next row to get these nails that are catching at the top. shingle over. That one pulled through, so we had to go under to get it out. One on this one, one on the other one. Really quick, let me, or you can come down and see it. Look at the mat transfer. You see it all through there. That is matting tore off the bottom of this shingle. This roof is absolutely not repairable. Because now both the tore line here, here, and here all have mat transfer. None of these 3 rows are going to seal back down properly. We are going to go ahead and continue the video to finish out this repair. However.com, we have now damaged 4 shingles, not repairable roof. And then on top of that, we're already starting to see creasing come across the top, and we haven't come anywhere close to lifting these to a 45 yet. You can see creasing right through here, all the way across the tops of these. So I can only imagine when we lift these up to nail, we're going to see that on a more extreme pattern. Now, what I want to show you, so you can see mat transfer, where it ripped it up from the bottom. You can see where the matting's ripped from this, stuck down to the bottom. And then I'm gonna try to get out of the sunlight so you can see this. But you see your mat transfer all the way across. So there's a 0% chance that shingle will seal back down. The next 2 rows are the same thing. This is not a repairable roof. To try to repair this roof, you're further damaging it. You are compromising the water membrane system of the roof. This is not the appropriate decision for the customer. So we got this back up and under. We were trying to get this video done and sent over to the adjuster. The color's not obviously quite the same color as the house, but we do have shingles ordered for both the repair as well as we got them on standby for the replacement, because we were already kind of suspect with the age of this roof that it wasn't going to be repairable anyways. So once those shingles come in, we'll get this roof replaced, because I'm pretty certain with the amount of evidence that we've shown this far, the adjusters have everything they need to make the appropriate decision. This will get changed from a repair to a full replacement. All right, so with that being said, let's get this video put in. Old pouch of nails. I grabbed the one old one that was in there. Now, when we lift these, you'll notice a couple things. One, I don't want to exceed my 45-degree angle. So what I like to do is I'll slide my hand a little further under, because now I can get a little more height out of the shingle, because I want to make sure that I can put my nail in flat and flush with the surface of the shingle, and then I'm not over nailing it. And that way we know we're not punching it through the matting. We're getting a good proper install. Again, making sure we're taking care of the customer. Got those back in. We'll get the other ones put in up top here. Now I don't want to go back in the same nail hole for these shingles above it. I want to catch fresh decking, right? If you go back in the same nail hole, it's a hole that's already been used, the nail's not going to secure properly. You want to go just to the left or right of it. Now you see me putting too close together, it's because it's the meeting of two shingles. And again, just from lifting this up, that's not even close to 45. We're about a 35-degree angle right there. Taylor, can you see this? Keep the angle right there close, watch this. Now look at that crease mark coming right across through there. And you can see it coming through here, you see the crease through there, you see the crease started here, and again, when you blow those granules out, you see your crease line coming right across. So we've got creased lines across our shingles. We have delamination of tabs. We have mat transfer. The shingles are not going to seal back down right. Again, guys, textbook non-repairable roof. The reason we point all this out and talk about it is because we understand these adjusters reviewing these videos, their decisions get reviewed as well. We want to make sure we're giving them everything that they need, so that if their manager reviews, they're not getting in trouble because they made the wrong decision. So we want to make sure we're giving them support as well. We're all on the same team. Woo. All right. This will be the last one here. There it is. Now, one more time for the people in the back. Taylor, guys, you can see right here, crease mark. See right here, crease mark. And again, I'm lightly rubbing this, guys. I'm not sitting there trying to, file my fingerprints off. The reason we do a light rub on this is because the next wind or rainstorm that comes through, it's just going to wash that out. But we've got to be able to show this in the video so that the adjuster understands the real situation that we're facing. So that's why on the other ones I blew it, and you can see the granule come out. Little light dust does the same thing, but now we can look at this and we can see that we have our mat transfer. See our mat transfer here. We've got creasing here. We had a tear here. And of course, when you roll these up, you see how these want to moose knuckle. So we have delaminations of the tabs. So again, JT Trowels deal with Jagras. We're on claim number 077-238-4483, 1018, 53 degrees outside. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to review this. Roofers, hopefully this helped teach you something. Adjusters, this should be everything you need to make the appropriate decision for the customer. Take care.